Father Teresa's Wine Cellar, we believe all oppression is intersectional. And this means our analysis of current events frequently includes discussion of difficult and explicit content. Any combination of the following topics could be included in our show: murder, rape, war, climate change, racism, sexism, violence, sexual violence, homophobic violence, heterocentrism, discrimination and abuse against individuals of nonconformist sexuality, domestic violence, child abuse, child rape, child neglect, elderly abuse, verbal abuse, police brutality, microaggressions, ableism, cyberbullying, genital mutilation, ideological extremism, and people just being total fucking assholes.
All right. WineCellarMedia.com. Father Teresa, the greatest black atheist, Phoenix co-leader, the uppity negress. Follow on the Twitters, Phoenix co-leader, uppity negress, 2 P's, 2 T's, 2 S's. Follow. Be one of Team 8000. And if you support the Wine Cellar Media for the next 90 episodes and change, you're part of the 700 Club. Within 100 episodes, Pat Robertson needs to die. This is the real 700 Club. Go fuck yourself, Patrick Swayze.
It's gonna fuck you up, you little twerp.
That would be thoroughly amusing. That's a one-sided fight. You know, you click on it. If I showed you a link, you'd fucking click that shit.
What?
Fucking healthy 35-year-old factory worker knocks out Pat Robertson. You wouldn't click that shit?
I would click it. I would.
I would too. I'd click, and I know it's me. I'd still click it.
That's because you an arrogant motherfucker.
Yeah. With good reason.
Jesus.
And good Jews.
Yeah, we actually have a story about that.
You damn right.
Yes.
You got damn right.
Yes. Yeah, I kind of fucked up when I was doing show prep because I was like, all right, here's all the news. And I was like, oh, fuck, it was Wednesday. I was supposed to be looking for white on white crime stories. And I was like kind of late about it and shit.
Hell, it's not like fucking on every day of the week anymore.
That's true. But I found a few, you know. So as usual, we're going to try to mix in some funny shit with some bad shit and keep you informed and shit. And that's the shit.
Mix some funny shit with some bad shit and try to keep you informed and shit.
And that's the shit.
That's a DJ Quick lyric. It fucking is, from the Rhythmalism album.
Right.
Go to the ghetto, get all the kids I can fit in a limbo, take them to the store and buy some shit. Give them a copy of my new shit, cause it's the shit, and let them know that they the shit and they can make hits cause it ain't shit. Yeah, that's a yeah, you kind of fucked with a DJ Quick lyric. All right. This is the Wine Cellar. It's social justice for adults, social dissonance, a critical analysis of justice. We don't think trigger warnings are horrible. Oh no. Like is anybody like boycotting movies because it says rated R at the beginning?
Yes.
Fuck it. All right. And we don't really talk about these big stories that much, but I am paying attention to commentary from absolute nobody ass niggas about rapist Bill Cosby, and rapist bad boy Brett Cav.
Yes. The
Cavalier one. And I'm watching people's commentary and watching heads like Chank, 14 years old, should be consent age Unger, and a little too damn civil liberties with it, Peter B. Collins. Try to play heavy on that gotta be nuanced thing. And it's like, come on, nigga. It's pretty obvious that's just who and what the fuck he is. And then there's that one where one of the Handmaid's Tales individuals that signed off on a letter for them niggas.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if she's one that signed a letter or she just did a political commercial.
No, she's one of the ones that signed the letter about Kavanaugh.
And she did the commercial, or no?
I don't know about I don't know if she was in a commercial. I just know her for signing the letter.
And that's the one where like all the football guys were like they called themselves alumni of her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking that's that grimy shit. Like, of course that's them niggas. That's what they do. But the thing is, folks is mad because first off, it's politically convenient. All right, the Democrats don't actually give a shit about rape culture as a political organization, as a party. They don't actually give a blue fuck about rape culture. And but then on top of that, everybody's made up their mind, and Republicans just don't give a fuck.
Right.
Republicans give less of a fuck than Democrats, and they're gonna be mean about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do you think? You watch the shit.
Oh, I'm not surprised that this is happening. This is exactly how rape culture exists, because all the women and mothers who are like, but what boy hasn't? And like, as they keep saying, who hasn't? More and more and more allegations keep coming. Now there's the one about the woman who said that she was at a party and they got girls like so drunk so they could run trains on them and rape them. And Brett Kavanaugh was one of the niggas standing in line out the door waiting for his turn. Like, yeah. So it went from, well, who hasn't tried to grope a girl to now it's, attempted rape. Now it's he was in line to rape somebody else. Now it's he's putting his dick in people's faces. And the GOP doesn't care because they are about consolidating their power among white men. And this is how white men are allowed to behave. This is always how white men have been allowed to behave. And they just think that they can act however they want because they are the status quo. Like they're not worried about anybody else. They don't care about anybody else. And it's just, I think, disheartening to see Democrats not fighting harder about this. And it's disheartening to see the amount of white women who went with this. But then again, 53% of y'all fucking voted for Trump. So here the fuck we are.
And they played a long game. We've mentioned it before. Other lefty-headed motherfuckers have mentioned it. They played a long fucking... I'd say I'd comfortably call it the 4 decades game now. Yes. Because I mean the call out year is 1980, but it's 2018 now. It's not like niggas wasn't trying to do shit in the 70s. So call it a 40-year game now. Yeah. And the funny shit is that word reactionary. Reactionary right-wingers, reactionary conservatives, reactionary Republicans, the reactionary alt-right. It was a white lash. It was a reaction. Mm-hmm. Nah, this is what they've been doing. Go back to Lee Atwater telling them how you're going to fucking talk to your voters. You can't say nigger, nigger, nigger. You got to say welfare check and Cadillac queens and all that. Mm-hmm. Welfare queens and Cadillacs and shit. Yeah. And young bucks with their welfare checks with stakes. You got to get out there and say that shit. Mm-hmm. And Ronald Reagan played that. And what them niggas, they had that shit, Willie, who was the motherfucker, the black man that got out of prison, and they played that up in 1988. Remember that shit? No. Was that 88 or 92? Can you find it?
What am I looking at?
Where they were playing that tough on crime shit, and somebody was running against the first Bush, and they picked out a black man that committed a crime. Willie Horton, where they played the
shit.
Yeah, remember that? They played the Willie Horton shit. And the niggas always talk about the 94 crime bill. It's only the 94 crime bill because that's when it passed. Right. That was HW's bill. Clinton just pushed it through because Democrats can always do Republican shit better.
And mind you, can we just point out, because people are like, but the black community the black community did not want that bill. They want what the Black Caucus did, and what the Black Caucus did was completely overwritten because everybody's favorite Uncle Joe wrote that fucking bill, and the Black Caucus was like, this is horrible, and rewrote everything, and nothing that they changed got put in. The Democrats kept it the way they wanted it, and then they let Republicans fuck it up even more, and that's what the fuck passed, and that's what Clinton signed off on.
Yeah, and in the archive chat space, there's Andre Noble said, "What up, comrade?
Hey.
What up, love?" And they continued saying, "Don't forget the hyper Clinton incarceration of minorities and slashing of welfare." And I remember being a young teenager, and I was a news nerd then, just as I am now, and getting on the Pierce County bus, getting on bus route number 45. I remember what bus I got on and read this story, and getting on bus route 45, going to Parkland so I could get on and switch to bus route 46 and go all the way to Spanaway and go hang out with my Spanaway friends. And picking up, and it was a free newspaper on every bus in the morning. They had like 10 copies per bus, free newspaper, pick it up, read one. And I was just reading about how Bill Clinton was fucking with welfare and shit. Mm-hmm. And, and then like days later, weeks later, I'm still reading the newspapers. I pick up and I see another story about one of the women who's on one of these busing programs to a job, some temp agency shit, because of the work for welfare thing with Billy Clinton. And because she was out at that, she had to leave her son with whoever was available to watch him, which was his uncle, who was not a useful adult like she was. And the kid ended up getting his hands on the uncle's gun and taking it to school and shooting another kid.
Damn.
Yeah. So it's like there was like a direct effect, not a correlation, but an actual causation.
Right.
All right. Let me go ahead and repeat it like Tariq Nasheed. Okay. It's not a... You dig? Not a correlation, but a direct causation, a domino effect with which you can actually recount each domino that led to a student getting shot by another student.
Right.
And I'll repeat that again, that Democrats can do the Republican shit better than Republicans. Let's forget the Heritage Foundation, that's Koch brother funded. That's not just Republican, but that's that fucking hardcore John Birch Society right-wing shit. Remember, the Koch brothers' father was John Koch, right? And Charles and David are the two sons. John Koch was one of the founders of the John Birch Society, OG original member, all right? And the Heritage Foundation is their shit. The Heritage Foundation is where the Affordable Care Act came from, which is not for the people. It's a giveaway to the medical companies. All right. And who got that through? Democrat.
You know what's funny about that? Because I kept remembering during the presidential debates about him playing, but it was your plan, Mitt. And I was like, and that should tell us it's a bad fucking idea.
And that tone, it was your plan. That's like that nigga's trying to assign blame for 20 years later.
Yeah, it was Mitt's plan.
Yeah, I was just trying to do what the white man said.
I don't know what happened. Yeah. Oh, fuck, it's wild, man. I don't know. Politics is just...
Politics.
It's politics.
Yeah, we know what the hell it is.
We know what politics is. There's something in the
Politics is weird and creepy. And now I know lacks even the loosest attachment to anything like reality.
Shit.
And that's why we'd rather get on some other shit.
It's White on White Wednesday, and it's time for white on white crime.
Yeah, you goddamn right.
You know what? I wouldn't even mind doing political news if people would actually listen, but everyone's so fucking partisan. It's like, don't criticize my party. You can't talk about my party. I'm not even gonna fucking do it.
But my Democrats, please, come on, don't hurt my Democrats.
You should see Donut Twitter. They're hilarious. Anytime someone points out anything Hillary's been affiliated with, well, she wasn't president. It's not like she had a role in it. I don't know if you knew that. She was not, had nothing to do with the crime bill or anything. Like, apparently, no matter her having her own office in the White House, her fucking going out and talking about that shit, that had nothing to do with helping it pass.
Yeah,
nothing at all.
You gotta love that. Like, I love that juxtaposition of shit coming out of both sides of these niggas' nostrils. Fucking, she was like co-president. She wasn't president. Nigga, my nigga. Let's say some other sentences with our faces. All right. Not funny. Not
yet. I told y'all I forgot when I started doing it.
Yeah.
Father Teresa's wine cellar is rated R for keeping it real.
Down in Virginia, they suspend a controversial tampon ban. This is a cis-normative story. Excuse me. I don't even know if we have any trans stories in this episode.
I don't think I do.
I don't know. I think we're getting consistent again, so we can swing it back, bring it back just like this.
Yeah.
Virginia suspending a newly introduced policy that would have barred women who visit inmates at state prisons from wearing tampons or menstrual cups. Virginia Secretary of Public and Homeland Security Safety, Brian, no, that's not his name. Brian Moran, Moran.
Get a brain, Moran.
All right, some folks may not remember that when the Tea Party, or the New John Birch Society, if you will, was on the rise in 2010 and late 2009. That was one of those great signs that someone was holding up. Get a brain, Morans, which of course he meant to be ableist and say moron, but spelled it Moran, and that's this motherfucker's name. And then the fact that his name, Brian, it switched the I and the A. So this brain Moran said Tuesday on Twitter that he had ordered an quote, immediate suspension until further review, end quote, from Brain Moran. The abrupt about face comes a day after widespread media coverage of state prison officials plan to ban tampons starting next month as a way to prevent contraband from being smuggled into prisons. I like that's arrogant and bold and presumptive. Widespread media coverage.
Right, that's the thing. I found this because I was looking for like this kind of shit. That's how I found it. I don't know. I don't think anyone in my news feed has shared this. I don't think.
No, because they see other stuff and they're like,
oh, cool. I love stupid bullshit like this.
Who doesn't love stupid bullshit like this?
yeah, widespread media coverage. Okay, continuing coverage of a state prison officials plan to ban tampons starting next month as a way to prevent contraband from being smuggled into prisons.
I just want to know what this how they were planning to implement this policy. Because if you have a tampon in, it's quite literally in your vagina. Are they going to be putting their hands in visitors' vaginas?
This is McAmerica, where you have the freedom to have a stranger's fingers in your McDanglers. You can't Dr. Seuss that. It ain't right.
Ah.
All right, everybody's having a good time.
Yes.
They continue. Mr. Brain Moran said he understands the worries about contraband, but added that, quote, a number of concerns have been raised about the new procedure. I feel it would be appropriate to immediately suspend the newly developed policy until a more thorough review of its implementation and potential consequences are considered, end quote, from the Brain Moran.
Oh, you mean like the sexual assault that would happen every time a guard checks for tampons? Like that kind of consequence?
Other sexual assault aside from whatever the fuck is already happening.
Christ, yep.
These are cis women we're talking about. They're getting sexually assaulted no matter what. And I understand if someone just tuned out. This is a sad show.
We have funny stories. I swear, I found funny stories. We're gonna get there. I promise.
They wrap it up with inmate advocates have been sharply critical of the now suspended policy, saying it violates the privacy and rights of female visitors. The ACLU of Virginia Executive Director Claire, really? Her name is that close to being gangsta. Gastanana. Woo! How many times do you have to use the letter A in one name? Gastanaga said the policy should be permanently put to rest rather than simply be suspended. And that wasn't actually the end. It's linked at winecellarmedia.com. And of course, this website has a big pink flashing thing saying Trump holds news conference on eve of Brett Ford hearing.
Okay.
Which it's like, I don't know. Do I want to hear words come out of his face?
No, not really.
You don't want to hear words come out of this
not
guy?
Unless it's like the UN assembly meeting, in which case they just laughed at him.
You don't think he has the best words?
We've had many presidents were unable to do anything,
That's not even,
anything at all with North Korea.
that's
We now
not
have a
even
good
cabinet. What the
relationship.
fuck?
Yeah, that's some different shit. So what the fuck is that about? So so why are they have that banner up? They are silly beans. And Andre Noble said, "Don't ever say that again, please." She talking about the McDanglers?
Probably.
Well, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. There's some other shit in this episode.
Yes.
All right. Where the holy hell? All right. So the one that I titled the episode for,
Oh.
The Power. It's very powerful.
What is the title of this episode?
You don't know.
Yeah, that's why I'm fucking asking.
I'm fucking asking.
Pinch you. Charlamagne said it's okay.
Charlamagne said everybody does it.
You are listening to White on White Crime in the Wine Cellar.
All right. Let's see what the hell is going on here. So an NFL heiress,
Yes.
which what does that mean? Like their parent is the owner of some shit?
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic.
Because she earned her way into that wealth, I'm sure.
Bootstraps.
Yeah.
Or cleats, actually. It's the NFL.
Cleats.
Yeah, pulled yourself up by her fucking cleat pegs. She'll peg you. All right? You better watch yourself. Show me what you're working with. The NFL heiress allegedly hit a lawyer with an item while spewing anti-Semitic comments at New Year's Eve, and she may be heading to trial. Her name is Jacqueline Kent Cooke, a 29-year-old individual of late Washington white cracker motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
Owner Jack Kent Cooke. And she appeared at the Manhattan Criminal Court on Tuesday, where a judge adjourned the case to October 23rd, the New York Daily News reported. The prosecutors have repeatedly recommended that Cooke serve 3 months in jail.
Wow, 3 whole months, huh?
Which is not going to happen.
Probably not.
At all.
No. But even if it does, fucking 3 months, that's it.
Yeah, in protective custody with fucking filet min shrimp sent to you every damn day. Matthew Habercorn is an individual that previously told the New York Daily News that the NFL heiress became irate last New Year's Eve when she was waiting behind his 77-year-old mother in a coat check line. That's not surprising. Not surprising. Classism is violent. The lawyer recalled Cooke saying, "Hurry up, Jew!"
Oh, Jesus.
End
Who
quote.
says that? How drunk was she that she was like, I could just call people Jews?
Hurry up, Jew!
I just want to know how drunk she was.
Drunk
Or
on
maybe-
power.
Drunk on power. Or maybe she's like that when she's sober. I don't know.
Hey. Hurry up, Jew. During the encounter at the restaurant Caravaggio in New York City. Nailed it. Habercorn was also with his wife and 4 daughters. Mr. Habercorn said he was then attacked by Cooke during an altercation on the sidewalk near the restaurant. So she held that grudge to the sidewalk with that Jew.
All right.
Video also captured the 52-year-old with blood running down his head. Cooke also claimed that she suffered a broken finger during the encounter. Cooke was charged with misdemeanor assault. Habercorn received a desk appearance ticket for charges in connection with the alleged incident of getting hit in the head with a glass purse.
I also just want to know who the fuck has a glass purse.
I didn't know that shit existed.
How? Why?
I want one. I'm clumsy and it'll break in a few hours, but at least I'll have it for a while.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're not getting a glass
I
purse.
want a glass purse.
you
I'm about to
want more
Yahoo
stitches?
search it right now.
Hey, I found them.
Where are they?
Jeff Bezos doesn't have enough money yet.
God damn it. Oh, that's snazzy. Yes.
Ooh, they have a $6,000 one from Neiman Marcus that looks like a skull.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of overtime. Fucking. Oh, they're on Etsy?
I like the fact that I actually just Googled glass purse and this story keeps coming up again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm about to get in the glass purse game, nigga.
Seriously?
Fuck yeah.
Seriously.
Got to be a trendsetter, Chief.
Wow.
That could be the wine cellar thing.
Glass purses.
Yeah, with just full of booze with a straw stuck in it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Nigga, what's really good?
So a flask, basically.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right.
It's a glass purse, and it's my glass purse.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm getting me. Fuck that. I'm getting a glass purse. It's going down
All
the
right,
streets.
glass purse. Fine.
What the fuck is this? This is that
Bullshit.
shit Phoenix be putting in the goddamn show
Oh,
notes.
cool. I love stupid bullshit like this.
What?
I don't know what this is, man.
Okay.
It's from businessinsider.com. So this is like a pretty legitimate
Yeah. Like,
website.
this is a real story. This is a real fucking story.
A controversial, what up?
Oh, because when I saw it, I was like, I thought it was like The Onion or some shit. No, it's actually real. This actually happened.
So a controversial startup that charges $8,000 to fill your veins with young blood is opening its first clinic because they got clearance to do this.
They did.
And they started out, for some reason, this Business Insider, they start the article like it's the fucking,
Daily Mail.
yeah, with a bullet point list.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go into the paragraphs and whatnot. So the startup founder and Stanford Medical graduate Jesse Karmazin, to this individual, blood is the next big government-approved drug. Smoking on blood? Yo, nigga, I got that hemoglobin, nigga. Like, what?
I would buy some.
You know what? People that are low on iron.
I would totally buy some.
Shit. Yeah. Like some cis women and trans men with heavy flow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I get it. I fucking get it. This isn't even fucking jokes anymore. Like now this is supposed to be funny. What happened? It just turned into justice in my head.
Because you're a fucking killjoy.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Are people not making a joke? There's Jan Loco, noted Christian, in the archive chat space,
Jesus.
saying people need to take glass purses to concerts to show they aren't weaponized. Depends on which concerts. I accidentally found myself in the middle of a mosh pit at one point. Rather glad none of those friendly gents had a glass purse. Oh, they got their nasty ass sweat all over me, though. It was grody. Continuing. So this individual, Jesse Karmazin, they recently launched the Ambrosia Medical, a startup that fills the veins of older people with fresh blood from young donors, in the hopes that the procedure will help conquer aging by rejuvenating the body's organs. The company plans to open its first clinic in New York City by the end of this year. Mr. Karmazin, these names, this is what they told the Business Insider. And in 2017, Ambrosia, the name of the business, enrolled people in the first U.S. clinical trial designed to find out what happens when the veins of adults are filled with blood from the young. While the results of that study have not yet been made public, well, that makes you feel good about it. Christ, I know more about bad boy Brett than I know about good boy blood. Karmazin told the Business Insider the results were really positive because blood transfusions are already approved by the Food and Drug Administration. Ambrosia's approach has the green light to continue as an off-label treatment. The fuck does that mean? What's off? Is that an independent rapper?
Yes.
Nigga. All right. Continuing for some reason.
It means if you have really, really good insurance that they might pay for it.
Okay. So this Jew is not going to hurry up.
No.
There appears to be a significant interest since putting up its website last week. The company has received roughly 100 inquiries about how to get the treatment. An individual named David Cavalier, who's Ambrosia's chief operating officer, COO, they told the Business Insider that this led to the creation of the company's first waiting list. Quote, so many people were reaching out to us that we wanted to make sure a way for them to could be added to the list there.
Really? Because that's exactly what I would imagine a COO working in New York City selling blood would sound like.
He's from Queens. That's how they talk out there.
So I wonder if this is going to put a dent in that student loan debt.
Ooh. I mean, if you sign up to be a test subject more and more, oh, give me that baby blood.
Well, no, I think they're going to be the ones donating.
Oh, selling. I like that they call
Selling.
it donating.
Selling.
With that in mind, I'll wrap it up here. With that in mind, Cavalier and Karmazin are currently scouting a number of potential clinic locations in New York City and organizing talks with potential investors. They hope to open up the facility by the end of this year. Quote from Karmazin, New York would be the flagship location, end quote. From Karmazin, also from Queens, South Jamaica, Queens, to be exact.
Really? That's how they sound in... Okay.
Yes. Have you heard 50 Cent and Mobb Deep?
I have heard 50 Cent. He does not sound like that.
Yes, he does.
Now, you know what's interesting is blood facial